India's income tax is getting a huge shakeup in 2026. And guess what? The draft rules are finally out. So, how's this going to affect your paycheck? Let's dive into the 10 key changes you need to know. You know the drill. For years, we've had to pick between two totally different tax systems. It was a pretty simple choice: higher rates with deductions or lower rates with almost none.
It really seemed like everyone was jumping on the new regime bandwagon. But, well, that's all about to change. And here's the twist. These new rules, they're making the old regime surprisingly powerful again. Okay, get this. The old education allowance was a tiny 100 rupees a month per kid.
Now that's jumping all the way up to 3,000 rupees. A huge difference. And it's the same story for the hostel allowance. It was just 300 rupees. That's being boosted to a much more realistic 9,000 rupees a month. Wow. It's not just about education either. Rent deductions are getting a big upgrade for more cities. So what's the bottom line? The old tax regime is making a serious, unexpected comeback. But it's not just about the allowances. The new rules are also about one thing: major simplification. They've actually slashed the total number of tax rules. Just look at that drop. And the paperwork, the number of forms you'll have to deal with has been cut by more than half. Plus, new ITR forms will come pre-filled, which should make filing way easier for you. Even the limits for when you need to show your PAN card have been raised quite a bit. All right, this all leads to the million-dollar question. Which regime is the right one for you now? The old regime is probably your best bet if you have kids or pay high rent in a big city. But hey, if you just want simple, lower rates with no fuss, the new regime is still a fantastic choice. So what's next? Well, the most important thing to remember is that these are just draft rules for now. And the government is actually looking for public feedback on these changes before making anything final. Which really makes you wonder, are these changes truly making India's tax system simpler and fairer?